You probably never heard of them, but there's a family of 17 pretty obscure elements that are, well, quietly running our entire modern world. From the screen you're watching this on right now, all the way to the future of clean energy, they are the hidden ingredient. So what's the connection?
I mean, think about it. You've got three completely different pieces of tech. One for communication, one for transportation, and one for energy. On the surface, they have nothing to do with each other, but they all share this fundamental hidden dependency. So what is it?
And there it is. The answer is a group of metals called rare earth elements. And it's really no exaggeration to say that without them, our high-tech society could pretty much grind to a halt.
So let's dive into that. Let's take a look at just how deeply embedded these invisible elements are in the technology that powers your life every single day.
You know, this quote just nails it. They're not the main event. They're not the flashy silicon chip everyone talks about. They're the essential supporting cast, the hidden stars that make the whole show run. Right, so what exactly are we talking about here? Let's get a proper definition, and you know what? Let's bust a huge myth about their name right from the start.
So, officially, rare earth elements, or REEs for short, are this group of 17 metals on the periodic table. What's important is that they have these really similar chemical properties, which makes them unbelievably useful for some very specific high-tech jobs.
Okay, but here's that myth I was talking about. The name rare earth, it's actually really misleading. It makes you think they're scarce, like gold or diamonds. But that's not it at all. The reality is they're pretty abundant. They're scattered all across the planet's crust. The problem, the real issue, is that they're rarely found in big, concentrated clumps that are easy to mine. That's what makes getting them out so incredibly difficult and expensive.
So why go through all that trouble? Well, it's because these elements have what you could basically call technological superpowers. I'm talking about the tiny, incredibly powerful magnets in your phone or your earbuds, or the phosphors that create those brilliant, vibrant colors on your screen. All of that is thanks to the unique magnetic and luminescent qualities of rare earths.
And these special properties, they let engineers do some amazing things. They can make components way smaller, they can boost battery performance, and ultimately, they can build all the tech we love to be smaller, more powerful, and more compact than we ever thought possible. They are, quite simply, what makes our modern world work. Now, when something is this useful, it has a major side effect. It turns these 17 elements from a cool science topic into a really high-stakes global geopolitical battleground. See, as the whole world shifts towards things like electric cars and green energy, the demand for these metals is just exploding. And whenever demand for a critical resource surges like this, it always becomes an instrument of global power. And the heart of this entire issue is supply. I mean, just look at this. Based on 2024 data, China's production completely dwarfs everybody else. This isn't just a lead. It is a massive strategic advantage that's been built up over decades. And it is pretty much every other country scrambling to secure its own supply. And listen, this isn't some abstract problem for the future. It is happening right now. Just this past April, China put new restrictions on exports. A month later, the US and Ukraine signed a deal for mineral access. And just this week, a US firm announced a huge deal in Pakistan. It is a global chess game, and the pieces are moving fast. So all this geopolitical maneuvering has kicked off a global race for new resources, a frantic search for the next frontier in rare earth production.
This is really the multi-trillion-dollar question, isn't it? If the world needs to find new supplies and move away from just one dominant producer, where else can it even look?
Well, one huge potential answer could be India. A recent survey suggests that the country's northeast region might be sitting on an absolutely massive deposit. We're talking over 70 million tons of these untapped minerals. To put that in perspective, that is a potentially game-changing amount.
And then you have Greenland. Its enormous, undeveloped deposit is estimated to hold over 1 billion tons of mineral ore that contains rare earths. The scale here is just staggering. It could supply the entire world for decades.
But, and this is a really big but, finding these deposits is one thing, actually getting to them is something else entirely. These new frontiers are facing huge legal challenges, environmental hurdles, and all sorts of development delays. So this is a long-term play, not a quick fix.
Okay, so let's bring all this together. We've gone through the science, we've touched on the geopolitics, but let's end by focusing on why these 17 elements really, truly matter for all of our futures. They are, and I mean this quite literally,
underpinning our entire modern world. The electric car you might be thinking about buying, the smartphone that's probably in your pocket right now, the giant wind turbines powering our green transition, even the most advanced defense systems. If you look closely at any of it, they are everywhere.
So at the end of the day, we have to stop thinking of these as just simple commodities you buy and sell. They're not. They are fundamental pillars that are holding up both our economic security and all of our future technological progress. So, just remember, this competition isn't just about who builds the next-rate smartphone. It's about who holds the keys to the future of technology, the future of energy, and the future of global power itself.
And that leaves us with this one critical question to think about. As our world accelerates toward this all-electric, hyper-connected future, who is going to control its most essential hidden ingredients? That control will define the leaders of the 21st century. So who will they be?